I'm down here to 1630. To 1630. Okay. So, I'm going to explain my talents here. I take Ebb and Fever here. You can either take Ebb and Fever or All Will Serve. All Will Serve is good if your pet keeps on dying. Ebb and Fever is also good if you just want to do massive dot damage in Battlegrounds. All Will Serve for arenas, Ebb and Fever for Battlegrounds. I take Blighted Rune Weapon here just for the extra Festering Wound stacks on people. I take Unholy Frenzy because it increases my attack speed, and your increased attack speed will give you more death coils based off of this town right here. Your auto attacks have a chance to make your next death coil cost no runic power, so increased attack speed will pretty much make you get more death coils off, which also means more runic generation. You can also take Clawing Shadows, but that's only if you really need the ranged. I take Asphyxiate just for the stun. I take Corpse Shield for the damage reduction. I take Necrosis for the increased damage from your increased damage to your Scourge Strike / Clawing Shadows, whichever one you're taking, whenever you Death Coil. And you're going to Death Coil a lot, so it's pretty much just increased damage. And then for the bottom row talent, I take Soul Reaper because your Apocalypse will get you 21% haste stacks for 15 seconds, and that's a decent, that's like a Bloodlust pretty much. It's a mini Bloodlust. And yeah, I don't use these other two talents. I always take Soul Reaper just because it does decent damage and it gives you a mini Bloodlust. When it comes to honor talents for Unholy don't really matter. I would suggest these ones. Cadavius Power, just because you can AMS the debuff that it gives you, and it pretty much cleanses all the dots off you. Necrotic Aura for the 8% increased damage from your magical damage, which is your diseases. Pandemic, because pretty much just does damage. That's the main reason. I feel like all these other talents kind of suck, but... And then Holy Mutation, just because it's the one thing that I don't know. Like, honor talents barely fucking matter as a Unholy, so. Again here, all I'm going to do, he's dodging everything. Let's go on the healer. So, I'm going to use my Gargoyle, going to apply my dots, going to put all my dots back up because someone cleansed them, and again, my dots are going to hit like a truck here. Going to, I don't know where that guy went. Oh, there he is. I'm going to interrupt that. If I can, just kidding. I don't have the right thing barred. I'm probably going to die here, actually. We'll just go back on you, I suppose. So, Soul Reaper, Apocalypse, he's dead. We'll go back on this guy as well. And empower my pet. He's actually dead already, somehow. So, again, Death Coil. Since I have so many runic power stacks, I can just use Death Coil a lot. But you're going to want a Death Coil and Scourge Strike, pretty much, is the basic rotation. That guy's going to get away. We will go on this guy. And I believe you're on Unholy Death Knight as well. Holy shit, I wish you weren't lagging like crazy. We'll just go on the Warlock. Again, get your Festering Wounds on the target. Use Death Coils whenever you get them up. Follow your Death Coils up with a Scourge Strike. And that's the pretty much very basic rotation of Unholy Death Knight. Whenever someone's ranging you like this... Okay, whatever. I'll just apply dots to him again. Whenever someone ranges you, you can just Death Coil them. Your debuff, or your buff that lasts from Necrosis does last a while, so all you want to do, apply your Outbreak, which is your damage over time. Apply your Festering Wounds, which is applied through Festering Strike, I believe. And let's see what happens here. Keep your pet in Dark Transformation if you can. Kind of just used it on him and it didn't do anything, so it was a waste. Again, apply Festering Wounds, use Death Coil for the Empowered Scourge Strike, Death Coil again, Empowered Scourge Strike, Death Coil again, Empowered Scourge Strike. I would apply my dots if he didn't have that AMS up, so he's going to just absorb the dots. I'm going to die here because there's a ton of people on me, so... There's not really much I can do here. I can apply dots to everyone, that's pretty much the only thing I'm doing. I'm going to use Cadaverous, or AMS, just for the heals. I could try and Death Strike here, to actually try and live, but... Don't think I'm going to live too long. We'll put dots on this guy. I'm actually just going to live. Everyone just stopped focusing me for some reason, so... Again, just going to apply all my dots to everyone because my dots actually hit for something. Going to apply Festering Wounds, Death Coil, Scourge Strike, Death Coil, Scourge Strike, Death Coil, Scourge Strike. I'm going to use my Festering Weapon. Going to use Soul Reaper, Apocalypse, summon all those pets, stun him. Death Coil, Scourge Strike, Death Coil, Scourge Strike. He's dead. Gonna apply my dots to this guy. He did slow me. I'm just gonna use this. Run to him. Death Coil. Scourge Strike. I'm gonna get that heal for my Death Strike. Death Coil, Scourge Strike. He is immune to magical damage right now, so I'm not going to use Death Coil or Scourge Strike until that AMS does run off. And there, it's already off, and he's already dead. So that's generally the kind of rotation that you're going to want to keep up with Unholy Death Knight. Again, we'll see what happens to this guy, but I'm imagining he'll just fall over here. Yeah, you're going to take a ton of damage. He might just die from, like, my dots itself, but oh, I love it. I can stun him outside of that. Yeah. Okay, should have used that earlier, by the way, but this Death Knight's probably going to go on me. I'm going to Chains of Ice him just to get away. Okay, I'm going to go on this guy. And again, Fast Ring Wounds, Scourge Strike. Fast Ring Wounds, Scourge Strike. That's pretty much your basic rotation. I'm going to stun him with my pet here. You can have pet macros, by the way. Pet macros do come in handy a lot as a Unholy. And again, I'm probably just going to die here, so I'm going to just kind of run away. And that is the very basic rotation. I'm going to Death Strike here just so I don't die. I'm taking a bunch of damage from this, I believe. So, as soon as I get Anti-Magic Shell, I'm going to pretty much use it. And I'm in-capped. I can use Army of Dead here, so I believe I'll do that, because I do have most of my cooldowns. I'm going to interrupt that, actually. No, just kidding. I won't interrupt it. Will I die, though? I believe he's dead. Yeah. Okay, we'll go back on this guy. I'm going to pop all that stuff with just my Apocalypse. Now I'm going to Death Strike because I need the heals. I'm going to interrupt that. Just kidding. I don't have my interrupt bard, so I'm going to drag that to my bar real quick. There we go. The strategy of a true god. I don't even know. Don't know where I was going with that. But here, again, this guy's going on me. Fast Ring Wounds, Scourge Strike. Fast Ring Wounds, Scourge Strike. That's all you really do. I'm gonna pull him back in here to reapply my dots. I don't know where he went. Okay, there he is. You can throw down Death and Decay and hit multiple people with your Scourge Strike. I don't do it that often because it's very rare that someone will just stand in your Death and Decay while you're getting all those Scourge Strikes off, but if you can get that Death and Decay and all the Scourge Strikes off, then more power to you. And you'll see here most of my damage is coming from Virulent Plague and Virulent Eruption. That is why I take Ebon Fever talent, because it makes your damage over time actually hit for something. If you don't take this, I would suggest All Will Serve, but I do think this is the talent to run in Battlegrounds. Again, I'll just kind of try and show my burst here. If I can get a Berserking, yeah, I'm going to go grab that. So I'm going to grab Berserking. See what happens. See what happens around here. Yeah, we'll just, we'll go on you. Why not? I'll stun you. Just Fast Ring Wounds. Okay, you had so many stacks that you just kind of died, but whatever. We'll go on you then. We're gonna get killed here, obviously, but... you're gonna die, actually. Please. There we go. Okay, we'll go on you then. So again, I'm gonna apply my dots. It's Unholy's focusing me as well. I believe I do have like one healer, but I'm gonna try and kill this guy. I'm not in range of Apocalypse, so I shouldn't have done that, but there we go. Kind of worked out. And again, Fast Ring Wounds, Scourge Strike, Fast Ring Wounds, Scourge Strike. I can't really do anything here. I didn't have an interrupt, didn't have a stun, so Affliction Lock just killed me, but pretty much rotation is use your Outbreak for the dot, use your Fast Ring Wound, Fast Ring Strike to apply Fast Ring Wounds, and then use Scourge Strike to pop those Fast Ring Wounds, and use your Scourge Strike when it is empowered by Death Coil. Use your Dark Transformation to empower your pet, and use your Summon Gargoyle to get that extra damage off. And then that's basically Unholy. It's not really too hard. The main thing you have to keep track of is your dots and your Fast Ring Wound stacks, because when your pet is empowered, it will pop some of your Fast Ring Wounds. So I'd keep a lookout on that. I'm gonna stun this guy here. Don't know what his plan there was, but okay. So that's your plan. We'll go on the Druid then. Druid's probably just dead here. Druid is dead. We'll go on the Hunter. I don't have that many cooldowns, but I'm still just gonna pop everything on this guy. He's just gonna run away. It's definitely the thing that marksmanship hunters do. They're definitely very mobile. He's pretty much just gonna put a ton of dots on me. I'm gonna AMZ it, or AMS it, and I'll be fine. And again, just Death Coil, Fast Ring, Death Coil, Scourge Strike, Death Coil, Scourge Strike, reapply my dots, Death Coil, Scourge Strike, he's dead. That's all you do.
Where'd you put my work clothes?
Right there.
Oh.
And that's Unholy Death Knight. And again, review of Unholy Death Knight. Festering Strike to apply festering wounds. Scourge Strike to pop those festering wounds. Outbreak to apply a damage over time to everyone. Death Coil to empower your Scourge Strike and increase your rune generation. Soul Reaper and Apocalypse together because increased haste and your artifact weapon. Dark Transformation your pet and summon Gargoyle for that extra damage. And that's pretty much the very basic rundown of Unholy Death Knight. Yeah, it's the hardest out of all the Death Knight specs, and that kind of says something. So again, it's very basic, but all you got to do, apply festering wounds, pop it with Scourge Strike, use Death Coil, use Outbreak. That's the 4 buttons you use the most, and that's why I have them on 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, there you guys go.